Is that Grimace?
It was a dark and stormy night.
Welcome back, Monster Jam fans, to Science Series number 12. I'm your host, Joseph Nelson. You already know what truck you're in. You know how we're doing this. So, let's just get started. Like I said before, it's going to be Avenger taking on Thunderosaurus. That a fly? Oh, wait. Hold on tight, because you're going for a ride. Thunderosaurus and Avenger. The rematch. Let's go racing. Down they go. Over the hill, and Thunderosaurus will get the win over Avenger. Alright, we're off to a great start. And speaking of thunder, there's a little bit of thunder right now, but I'm protected. I'll be alright. Oops, I accidentally took a picture. Alright, next up in racing is Donald Epidendio versus Becky McDonald. Titan Toro. Titan taking on El Toro Loco. Let's go racing. And it's going to be El Toro Loco. Titan tried to go over the hill, but just didn't have what it takes. So El Toro Loco will advance to round number 2. Alright, next up in racing. Starting to rain a little bit more. Next up in racing, we got Kamikaze taking on Barbarian. A truck we haven't seen for quite a while. But back again, hoping to get a win. Here we go. Down they go, and Barbarian tumbles over the hill and gets the W. Kamikaze, not so much. So Gravedigger and Bigfoot are the most popular names in the monster truck industry, but here come their enemies. Snakebite taking on Max D. Let's go racing. And they both try to go over the hill. Snakebite stops, and Max D throws it in reverse. So Snakebite will advance to round 2. Over Max D. Alright, next up in racing. A couple names we haven't heard in a while on this channel. Backwards Bob taking on the Sheriff. Those white wall tires. And down they go. And it's gonna be the Sheriff. Close, but not close enough. But Sheriff will advance to round 2. And on to the next race. Alright, next up in racing. These guys got one thing in common. They both want vengeance. It's Vendetta taking on Batman. Down we go. And it's going to be Vendetta. But apparently Mike Christensen once drove Batman. Don't know where or when that was, but it happened apparently. Alright, next up in racing. Gravedigger taking on Bigfoot. Because, this race hasn't been done to death. Only the blonde at the bottom, Gravedigger. And here we go. Down they go, and Gravedigger takes the win over Bigfoot. Moving on to round number 2. Alright, next up, Battle of the Big Bad Fords. It's Stone Crusher taking on Outlaw. Outlaw has already won one Science Series this year, Triple Threat Racing, hoping to get another racing win. Apparently, removing that fender is a secret to victory. And here we go. Down they go, and not this time for Outlaw. Stone Crusher. Moving on to round 2. Alright, next up in racing. Going retro here. It's Monster Patrol taking on Excalibur. 80s and 90s. This Monster Talks video about Monster Patrol put me in the mood to include it. And because I miscounted the trucks. But, oh well, the more the merrier. Down they go. And it is going to be Excalibur. But Monster Patrol managed to keep up. Finally getting the kinks worked out in that front engine chassis. It was causing problems earlier this year, but they're getting it worked out. Despite not winning. What the crap was that? Alright, next up in racing. We got Gravedigger breaking world records. Taking on Max D Fire. The one that came with the Launch and Go set, or whatever it's called again, I forgot. Anyways, Gravedigger Max D, here we go. And Gravedigger tried to go up the hill, but went over on the side, slid down, and Max D will take the win. Hate it when that happens. But it is what it is. Alright, 2 trucks that were randomly selected. It's Nitro Circus taking on Carolina Crusher. Carolina Crusher with a more historically accurate look. Looks pretty good. And here we go. And over the hill they go, both of them. Both of them go into the wall. And your winner is... it's going to be Nitro Circus. Both tires are against the wall. Carolina Crusher came close, but not close enough. So Nitro Circus, a blast from the past, is moving on to round number 2. Alright, we got a World Finals champion matchup here. These two have won the World Finals on my channel. It's Pirate's Curse taking on Raising Cane. Here we go. And now I'm go over the, not the wall, almost said the wall, the hill. But Pirate's Curse manages to get a win. And moves on to round 2. Alright, we got a couple of second generation drivers here. Son of a Digger taking on the Kraken. Not much to say, so let's just go. And over the hill goes Son of a Digger. And we'll get the win over the Kraken. Alright, next up in racing, we got Team Raising Cane versus Team Scream. It's Wrecking Crew versus Wolf's Head. Haven't seen Wolf's Head for a while. Here he is back again, taking on Wrecking Crew. Down we go. And it's going to be Wrecking Crew taking out Wolf's Head. What a race. Alright, next up we got a couple of new names here. We got the First Responder taking on Godzilla. 2 new names, 1 winner here. Let's go. And it'll be the King of the Monsters, Godzilla, taking out the First Responder. And moving on to round 2. Alright, next race. We got Blue Thunder taking on a blast from the past, Escalade. Pretty easy one to do. Was not that hard to make. Simple, but iconic. And here we go. And it's going to be... your winner is Escalade. Alright, I saved the best for last. Gravedigger Nitro taking on Earthshaker Neon, the newest addition to the collection. And here we go. And it's going to be Gravedigger. Alright, that concludes round 1. Now on to round 2. But hold on, before we move on to round 2, it's time for a fast loser race. So we got 3 trucks here, but only 1 winner. Monster Patrol, Titan, and First Responder. Here we go. And it's going to be the First Responder. First Responder, back for revenge. Okay, now we may proceed to round 2. So first up for round 2, Thunder Roars taking on El Toro Loco. Down they go, and it's going to be Thunder Roars. Will Thunder Roars win racing? Alright, next up, Snakebite taking on Barbarian. Down they go, and Barbarian goes over, and Snakebite, what the... oh, that's a cicada. Okay, it's gone. Anyways, Snakebite defeated Barbarian. Now on to the next race. We got Harper Motorsports versus Team Throttle Monster. Sheriff versus Vendetta. Here we go. Over they go, and it is going to be Vendetta. Yeah. Vendetta taking out the Sheriff, and moving on to round 2, or 3. I don't know why I keep doing that. Alright, next up in racing, round 2. Stone Crusher versus Gravedigger Blonde to the Bone. Down they go, and it's going to be Stone Crusher. And Gravedigger was like, nah, I don't want to do another round, and just gave it to Stone Crusher. So Stone Crusher is going into the next round. Alright, next up in racing, Excalibur taking on Max D Fire. Down they go, and it's going to be Max D. King of the Hill, right there. Actually, that will be whoever wins the final race, but Max D standing tall on the hill. Alright, next up in racing, we got Pirate's Curse taking on Nitro Circus. Not much to say here, so let's just go. And Pirate's Curse front flip into victory. Alright, next up in round 2 racing, Son of a Digger taking on Wrecking Crew. Down they go, and it's going to be Son of a Digger as Wrecking Crew tumbles off. What a race. But Son of a Digger comes out on top and will be in the next round. Alright, next up in round 2 racing, Godzilla taking on an Escalade. Down they go, and it's going to be Godzilla taking out the Escalade. Bummer. And next up in racing, or last up I should say, for round 2, First Responder taking on Gravedigger Nitro. Down they go, and it's going to be the First Responder back for revenge once again. And will most likely take on Godzilla in the next round. We'll see about that. Uh-oh. Alright, here we go again. Triple Threat Racing. Or Fast Loser Racing. Only we do it Triple Threat style now. Excalibur, Bigfoot, and Escalade. Here we go. And coming out on top, it will be the Escalade. Alright, next up. Next round, whatever. This is round number 3. Snakebite taking on Thunderoris. And here we go. Down they go, and Thunderoris does it again. Yeah, Thunderoris is on fire tonight. But will he hold on and win the final race, or will somebody else knock him down? Well, it's kind of too early to tell. Alright, next race, round 3. Stone Crusher taking on Vendetta. And it's going to be Vendetta, a truck that is just as fast as Thunderoris. And they'll be facing each other in the next round. Ooh, this ought to be good. Alright, next up in racing, it's Max D Fire taking on Pirate's Curse. Both trucks have been just as fast. Here they go. It'll be Pirate's Curse going to the next round. Alright, next up in racing, Son of a Digger taking on Godzilla. There they go. And it's going to be Son of a Digger going to the next round. Man, it is humid out here. Alright, last up for round 3. Couple of fast losers. Escalade and First Responder. And it's going to be Escalade coming out on top and moving on to round 4. We're semifinals. Oh my, here we go. Another fast loser race. Max D, Earthshaker Neon, and Kamikaze. Down they go. And it's going to be Max D. Alright, on to the next round. We got Thunderoris and Vendetta. Both trucks have been really fast, but now we're going to find out who's the fastest. So here we go. And it's going to be... Oh crap, this wall's crooked. Well, due to that fact, we're going to rerun them. Alright, swapping lanes. Thunderoris outside of his comfort zone. He's been in that lane the whole time. Let's see what he does in the other lane. Here we go. A rerun. And Thunderoris still comes out on top. Only this time Vendetta stays behind. Alright, next up, Pirate's Curse taking on Godzilla. Down they go, and it's going to be Pirate's Curse taking out the new kid on the block, Godzilla. Alright, last race of round 4. Max D taking on an Escalade. Down they go, and it's going to be Maximum Destruction. Alright, we got one more fast loser race before we go to the semifinals. So we got Backwards Bob, Kraken, and Snakebite. Here we go. Only one winner, and it's going to be Snakebite. Alright, we are now in the semifinals. Thunderoris taking on Pirate's Curse. And here we go. And your winner is going to be Pirate's Curse. Thunderoris did so well, but his streak has come to an end. And Pirate's Curse will be going to the final race. Alright. Who's going to face Pirate's Curse in the final race? These two faced each other in round 1, but now they're back together for a rematch. Max D taking on Snakebite again. And it's going to be Max D. Alright, Monster Jam fans, it's all come down to this. The final race. Let's meet our competitors. In the far lane, it's the OG, the one who's been part of my channel since the very beginning. It's Gravedigger 8308 and Pirate's Curse. And in the near lanes, helping me celebrate a decade of destruction, is Cam James TV and Max D. Somebody's got to win. Somebody has got to lose. And it's time to go racing right here, right now. And your winner is Gravedigger 8308, Pirate's Curse. Alright, it's been a while since Pirate's Curse has won. I think the last time it won was the Hot Wheels version. But congratulations to the OG, Gravedigger 8308. He's celebrating his victory, going over the hill once again. Pirate's Curse is the king of the hill. But will he hold on to that title as we get ready for Triple Threat Racing? Stay tuned, because that's next.